Please test your code, and it should allow you to push enter until we have a winner for a given round. In this test run, our computer went first, and because they ended up getting to 13 and broke out of the loop, we don't actually get to see what the final scores were. Instead of printing end of round, we can change that into a comment. And the next thing we want to do is associate the player 1 points either with the user or the computer. To begin, we can assume that the user is player 1. Of course, if the first person is actually the computer, we need to switch the points. Please comment your code and switch the points. Next, we can work out who won, and we can create a feedback variable that will allow us to announce the winner. Next, we can check if the user is eligible for double points. If they are, we double their points, and we can then output their result. So there's what my code looks like. And when we run the program, we can now see the round results at the end of the round. And you'll want to run your code several times so that you can check that it works as expected.
Our headings don't really stand out yet, and this is definitely a nice to have that should go on my planning.
When making a new component, your first step should be to create a test plan. In this case, I'm going to try using emoji and normal characters around my headings to make them more obvious. In PyCharm, I've created a statement generator component. As always, we begin our function with a docstring. And to add the star in the end, we can take whatever decoration is fed in, and when we multiply by 3, because it's a string, it's going to repeat that string 3 times, and we can pop that before and at the end of the statement. I can call my function twice as per my test plan, and when I run the file, it works as expected. Which means I can adjust my documentation, showing some evidence of testing. As I'm wanting to use this function in my rounds component, I can copy the entire function, go into my one round piece of code, and paste the function in at the top. Then instead of printing round results, I can call my statement generator.
And as I was coding this, I realized that I want to have some extra space before my headings. To do this, we need to go up into our function, and before we put in our ends, we need to use /n to put in that additional space.
And now we can go ahead and run it. And as we can see, our round result stands out a little bit better. In the next video, we're going to take our one round and we're going to loop it so that we can have multiple rounds until the target goal is reached.